Welcome to the IG Zombie Podcast. I know it's been 2 weeks since our last episode, and we have week 7 to go over, and then week 8. So, just as a reminder, if anyone forgot, I didn't count the picks from the past 2 weeks because we weren't here to make picks. I'm still 63-30-1. Gave us 60-29-1. Reminder: person with the worst record at the end of the NFL season has to do punishment given by the other person. So currently, I would be giving the punishment to Gabe. Okay. Where we last left off, it was week 6. And then now let's go to week 7. Steelers, Bengals 33-31. What an ultimate game that was. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, Joe Flacco. Flacco looked like vintage Flacco out there. And then the Rams in London beat up the Jacksonville Jaguars 35-7. And then the Eagles beat the Vikings 20-22. Patriots beat the Titans in Mike Vrabel's game. First game back to Tennessee. Panthers beat the Jets 13-6. Dolphins put the belt to the Miami Dolphins 31-6. Bears beat the Saints 26-14. Chiefs blew out the Raiders 31-0. Colts beat the Chargers 38-24. Broncos beat the Giants 33-32, which was an epic game. Broncos scored 30-something points in the 33 actually in the fourth quarter. Packers beat the Cardinals 28-23 or 27-23. Cowboys put the belt to the Commanders 44-22. 49ers beat the Falcons on Sunday Night Football 20-10. And then the Lions beat the Buccaneers 29-4. And the Texans lost to the Seattle Seahawks 27-19. Overall, great week from week 7. This is episode 8, I think. I'm not mistaken. Right. Oh, this is actually episode 8. I was off. Alright. So now let's recap. This past week, on Thursday Night Football, Chargers beat the living heck out of the Minnesota Vikings 37-10. With Justin Herbert. Is this prime Justin Herbert? Is Herbert back in his prime? Okay, then the for the Sunday games. Oh my god, I can't talk. The Dolphins get their first win in about since like when they face the Jets. Since week 4, with a 34-10 win over the Kirk Cousins led Atlanta Falcons. Michael Penix got hurt and didn't play. And then the Bears, typical Bears fashion, lose again. Or lose to Baltimore Ravens 30-16. This snapped the Bears 4-game win streak. The Ravens did it without Lamar Jackson again. Now the Ravens are 2-5 on the year. And next they'll play the Miami Dolphins on Thursday Night Football next week, which I'll be here. Hopefully Gabe will be here as well to recap that. And then the Jets get their first win of the year in an upset. 39 for the Jets, 38 for the Joe Flacco led Bengals. And what I want to know is, why would Zach Taylor run the ball in a 2-minute drill on 2nd and 10, I think it was? You have two of the best receivers in football. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. Don't know. I will never understand. At all. Alright. The Bills put the belt to the Carolina Panthers 40-9. Bryce Young did not play in this game. He was injured. It was Andy Dalton. It was all Buffalo Bills. And the Texans upset the 49ers 26-15. And Mac Jones is back down to earth. I mean, George Kittle did catch a touchdown. It was National Tight Ends Day in the NFL. So, I mean, it was bound to happen. And then moving on, we got the Patriots beating the Browns 32-13. The Patriots look good. I mean, the Patriots beat the Bills already. I think they're going to win the AFC East, if I'm just being honest. Unless they collapse, I think they're winning the AFC East. I don't know how far they'll go in the playoffs. We'll have to find out. But alright, the Eagles avoided a sweep from the New York Giants by winning that one 38-20. Cam Skattebo is out probably for the year. This dislocated ankle, I think it is. I'm not too sure on it, but prayers up for Cam Skattebo. All I saw was just Giants fans just dropping to their knees. The Giants can't have anything nice. like I said, praise up for Cam Scattergood. Then we had the Buccaneers beat the Saints by 20, winning 23-3. The Colts beat the Titans 38-14. Broncos basically give the Cowboys a belt by winning 44-24. And then we got the Packers beating the Steelers by 10 in the Aaron Rodgers revenge game. I mean, I don't think the offense or the defense is fixable in any way, shape, or form. You have old players who are just fading away. It's like the Lightning McQueen is fading, but they're already gone. So far, Darius Slay looks horrible. Jalen Ramsey's a slot corner. Cam Hayward, I don't count him out just yet. Say he's washed. Did get that contract extension. But when you allow Tucker Kraft 7 catches, 143 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and you allow Jordan Love to throw for 360, like, come on. The Steelers are the highest paid defense in the NFL, and they can't stop good teams. I'm not saying they're not good. You'd have to be good to be number one at the top of the AFC North. But I guarantee the Steelers are either finishing 9-8, 10-7. One of the two. I mean, I knew it was National Tight End Day, but holy Tucker Kraft. Oh my God. Like, there's no reason why the Steelers, like I said, have the highest paid offense or defense in the NFL. They shouldn't be allowing that. Like, it's unbelievable on how it's a really good defense on paper, but it's not. Alright, so we're going to stay in the NFL, but I do want to make like a mid-season tier list. So the top category I have is Super Bowl contenders. People watching live right now can see the tier list. The second thing, or the second category, is playoffs, but not quite ready to be called Super Bowl contenders. Then the third one I have is not making the playoffs, but they basically just missed out. Like, you're basically in the race, but then you're like, get eliminated, like just like that. And you have just mid, to where you don't know if they're good, you don't know if they're horrible. Then you just have the trash categories. So we're going to be starting off, we're going to go by alphabetical order. First up, we have the Carolina Panthers. You are 2-5. The Cardinals have beaten the Saints and the Panthers. They are on a 5-game losing streak. I'm going to put the Carolina or the Arizona Cardinals in the trash category. I mean, you've lost 5 straight. When you lose 5 straight, what else are you going to do? I think it's time for like some kind of change within the Cardinals. Not saying like the coach has to be fired or Kyler Murray has to be benched, but there just needs some kind of change for like some kind of spark. Hopefully. We got the Atlanta Falcons, who are 3-4. They just lost to the Miami Dolphins 31-10. Their wins have come against the Vikings 22-6, Commanders 34-27, and the Bills. They are on a 2-game losing streak. I'm gonna put them in the mid category. Like, I know they're 3-5 or 3-4, but I'm not ready to give up on them just yet. Like, I don't know if they can win or I don't know. Next, we have the Baltimore Ravens at 2-5. Baltimore Ravens. I'm gonna put them in the playoffs, but not quite category. I know it's unbelievable to say this about a 2-5 team, but before the bye week, the Ravens had a really tough schedule. Then you lose Lamar Jackson. You lose to the Lions 38-30. You lose to the Chiefs 37-20. You lose to the Texans 44-10. You lose to the Rams 17-3. Hopefully they get Lamar Jackson back, and then their schedule just gets easier. Ravens for season play: Dolphins, Vikings, Browns, Jets, Bengals, Steelers, Bengals, Patriots, Packers, and finish up with the Steelers. I can see them making a playoff push. I mean, I don't think they're actively Super Bowl contenders, but they're probably going to make the playoffs. Find it soon. Okay, we got the Buffalo Bills, who are 6-2 or 5-2, second in the AFC East behind the New England Patriots. Super Bowl contenders. I mean, what more can I say? You have the reigning MVP, and Josh Allen. I mean, yes, you're gonna have down weeks, but that's football. That's the NFL. I mean, their schedule gets like somewhat easier for the rest of the season. They play the Chiefs, Dolphins, Bengals, or Buccaneers. Sorry. Texans, Steelers, Bengals, Patriots, Browns, Eagles, and Jets. I think their schedule gets easier. I mean, you did lose Bill or Ed Oliver. The Bills fear that he tore his bicep. But I think that they'll be fine. In my opinion. All right. We got the Carolina Panthers. He wore 4-4 at 500. Yes, he did lose Bryce Young. You did before Bryce Young got injured. They were on a 3-game win streak. I'm gonna put the Panthers in not making the playoffs, but they're close. Give Bryce Young more weapons, and maybe he can be dangerous. I mean, the Panthers. I mean, I haven't given up on Bryce Young saying he's garbage, nor do I think someone or anyone should. But yes, he hasn't played up to expectations, but that's because he hasn't had like a good receiving core around him. I mean, the Panthers were not building around him. But I think they're gonna miss out, but barely. I think next season they can make the playoffs if they build around Bryce Young. Next up, the 4-3 Chicago Bears. They just lost to the Ravens. I watched that game, by the way, as I was waiting for a Steelers game to come on. They started out 0-2. They won 4 straight, then lost to the Ravens. I mean, yes, I think they could make the playoffs, but I think they're going to miss out just because how loaded the NFC North is with the Packers, the Lions, the Vikings. And do I really say the Vikings, though? I don't know. I'll get into them soon enough or later. All right. The Cincinnati Bengals. Still don't have Joe Burrow. There's a turf toe injury. They lost to the winless, who are now 1-7, New York Jets. In my opinion, I think they're going to be close to making the playoffs. They look better. Not saying Joe Flacco is better than Joe Burrow, but not at all. But I'm saying they look better with Joe Flacco than they did with Jake Browning. That doesn't take much. I don't think Jake Browning really... in my opinion, all you gotta do is just throw to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. I mean, you have a expensive offense. You should. But I just don't think they'll make the playoffs, but they'll be close. Alright, the Cleveland Browns. And this is unbiased as well. We're going to put you... If I put him in the trash, I'm going to get... Oh, he's a Steelers fan. Put him in... I'm going to put him in the trash. I don't care. They're 2-6. And I just don't think that the Browns can turn this around. They're the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns are Cleveland Browns. All right, the Dallas Cowgirls. Lost to the Denver Broncos, 44-22. They're going to go in the mid category. yes, I just don't think three teams from the NFC. Obviously, I think the Eagles are making the playoffs. Them being 6-2. I think that the Commanders. I don't know about the Commanders. I don't know. But I, I don't know if they're good. I don't know if they're bad. Because they are 3-4-1. I just don't know. The Denver Broncos, who took down the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to put them in, not Super Bowl contenders just yet. Where's my mouse? Okay. But I'm going to put them in the playoffs, but they're not going to quite get there. I mean, you have a great quarterback in Bo Nix. I think that they have a really good offense and they have a strong defense. Really strong. And like I said, mind you, they took down the Eagles, who were undefeated at the time. So they can handle with the big dogs. But I just don't think that they can, don't think that they can make that leap just yet. All right, we have the 5-2 Detroit Lions. The Lions, I'm going to put them in Super Bowl contenders. They just look great. Yeah, even though they did lose Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. I just think that their offense is a little bit worse than what they had with Ben Johnson, who's now the coach of the Bears. But their offense is still good. They have Jared Goff, Monroe St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jameson Williams. Their offense is loaded. And so is their defense. And I think that they can do some damage. The Green Bay Packers, the leader of the NFC North. Super Bowl contenders. I mean, last night they did beat my Steelers, which, like I said, no bias. It's not biased at all. Even though I'm a Steelers fan. I just think that Jordan Love is playing out of his mind. And they're 5-1-1. Not 5-1. But to have Jordan Love throw for almost 400 yards against the Steelers defense with TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, Alex Highsmith, Jalen Ramsey, Patrick Queen, Joey Porter Jr., and go on and on. But I think that they can do some damage in the NFC. Like, same thing with the Lions. But who knows? Next week or before the playoffs, I'm going to make another tier list as well. Okay, we got the Houston Texans, who are 3-4. I'm gonna put the Texans in the playoffs, but not quite. Or or not make the playoffs, but they're close. I mean, CJ Stroud has taken like a step back from what he was his rookie year, which it's the NFL. Things happen. I'm not going to say that CJ Stroud was a bust. Obviously, he wasn't. But I just don't think that they're going to like turn it around enough. I think they will, but it's just not going to be enough. The Colts. Am I ready to call it the Daniel Jones Colts Super Bowl contenders? Well, the answer is yes. They're 7-1. Daniel Jones, an MVP candidate. So is they have Jonathan Taylor, who's back. They've won 4 straight. Daniel Jones playing out of his mind. All Daniel Jones had to do was get off the line, or the Giants. Jonathan Taylor's playing out of his mind. They have a really good defense as well. And I think that they're Super Bowl contenders. Alright. The Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going to put them in playoffs, but not quite. Obviously, a team from each division has to make the playoffs. I think Jaguars are going to be that team for the AFC South. There's not much more to say. I don't think they're winning the Super Bowl, but I am going to add another tier as well. So Super Bowl, I'm going to call it the Super Bowl favorites. Or my Super Bowl winner from like mid-season. I'm going to wait till the end to make my Super Bowl winner pick. But we got the Patrick Mahomes Kansas City Chiefs, obviously Super Bowl contenders. What else more can I say? Patrick Mahomes, arguably one of the best quarterbacks of the generation. You have Travis Kelce, Isaiah Pacheco. All your receivers are back. I think that the Chiefs can do a lot of damage. Yes, they're 4-3. Do you think Patrick Mahomes has not faced adversity before, being 4-3, not being on top of the AFC? No, I think Patrick Mahomes is a Super Bowl contender. I'm not giving up on Patrick Mahomes, not saying he's washed. Yeah. The Raiders, garbage. Just saying. Las Vegas Raiders are garbage. Geno Smith sucks. Not saying wasting Ashton Genty's career, but pretty close to that. The Chargers. The 5-3 Chargers. Playoffs, but not quite. Or not making the play. I don't know. They're making the playoffs, but not quite. Wait. Hold on. How many teams in the AFC? 1, 2, 3, and have a team from the AFC North. 1, 2, 3, No, they're not. I don't think they're making the playoffs. I just don't know. Like, they're they lose another game. I think they might get into the category, like mid category. I don't know if they're good. I don't know if they're bad. Like, yes, Justin Herbert's been playing good, but I don't know if there can be some consistency. Like, I feel like he's like, once the playoffs roll around, he's just gonna waste it, the opportunity. Remember the Jaguars Chargers game where I think it was Trevor Lawrence threw like 4 interceptions within the first half. Jaguars came back. Yeah, the Jaguars came back 30-31. I don't think that they're like Super Bowl contenders, but they're not Super Bowl contenders, but they're iffy. Rams, Super Bowl contenders. The Rams, like dangerous. Yes, they're without Puka Nacua, but Matthew Stafford. I love Matthew Stafford. They did get Roger McCreary from the Titans for a pick. And I just think the Rams, they look good. Dolphins, garbage. Wah. Yes, they did beat the Falcons 31-10, but they're 2-6. They're tied with the Jets. One more loss and the Jets win, they'll be at the bottom of the AFC East. I still think they're turning the season around. The Vikings, 3-4, they're going in the mid category. I mean, I don't know or say, yes, they do have Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, but I don't know about the quarterback situation. Like, Carson Wentz, not it, I don't think. And, I mean, I just don't think that I don't know. Like, about the quarterback situation, like I said. Alright, the Patriots. Am I ready to call? No. I'm not ready to call them Super Bowl contenders just yet. Drake May playing out of his mind. I love Drake May ever since he got drafted by the Patriots. I'm not calling him the next Tom Brady by any means, but if they continue to build around Drake May, I think the Patriots will be back though. They're not going to be back to what they were. Tom Brady, obviously, it was Tom Brady, but I think that they can make a deep playoff push. Like, I mean, surprise me in a couple weeks. Maybe I'll move you up. Like, when, but Saints, garbage. At the bottom of the NFL. I mean, the Saints have only put up 128 points this season compared to 09. They've allowed 81 negative 81 turnover differential. Oh, the Titans have worse. But I just don't think that the Saints are a dumpster fire. Giants, not going to call them trash, but I'm going to call them mid. I mean, they're 2-6, but they don't have. I was about to say Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterboo, but they lost Cam Scatterboo. I think Jackson Dart can be something if they can build around him, within free agency in the draft. Same thing with Bryce Young. If the Giants can build around Jackson Dart, I think in a couple of years they could be a dangerous team. All right, the New York Jets. Garbage. They just got their first win of the season against the Cincinnati Bengals last week. I mean, I don't think a 1-7 team is making the playoffs, in my opinion. That's just me, but I don't think that's happening. All right, the Philadelphia Eagles. Super Bowl contenders. What more can I say about the reigning Super Bowl champions? Yes, they're 6-2, but I think the Eagles are back. I mean, I'm trying to think how to say this. When you're playing good football, you know when you're playing good football. You're among top teams in the league. That's why they won the Super Bowl last year with the Chiefs. They're a real good football team. A really, really good football team. And I'll get to it once I finish the rest of the teams on who is my projected Super Bowl winner. But I'm going to do that later. All right. My Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers do have 9-8 or 10-7, staring them right in the face. They're not Super Bowl contenders. I'm putting them in the playoffs, but I think you're going to get first round again. Have not won a playoff game since 2016. Yes, you do have Aaron Rodgers, but it's Mike Tomlin. They're going to finish 9-8, 10-7. I mean, that loss to both the Bengals and the Jets, or not the Jets, the Packers. That made the defense scare me. Because the defense just doesn't seem that good against good teams. Alright, the San Francisco 49ers 5-3 lost to the Houston Texans. I'm going to put them in playoffs, but not quite. They used to be in Super Bowl contenders, but I think that with the losses on defense that they had through the offseason, someone's got to come out of the NFC West. It's not the Cardinals, and it's not the. I'm trying to figure. Who's on the NFC West? It's not the Cardinals. Rams, put them up there. Oh yeah, Rams are up there as well to win the NFC West. But 49ers, I just don't think are Super Bowl contenders. They don't look the same as they did years past. And I just don't think that they can make a Super Bowl push with all the injuries they have. But they do have Christian McCaffrey. Sacrifice everyone else. Alright, the Seattle Seahawks. Sam Darnold led Seattle Seahawks. I'm not ready to put them in Super Bowl contenders just yet. But I think that they can make the playoffs. But they're just not going to quite get to the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know how Sam Darnold will do like last season with the Vikings. Sam Darnold crapped his pants in the playoffs. I just don't trust them to call him a Super Bowl contender with him at the helm. Yes, JSN and Cooper Kupp look great. That team looks great. But I'm just not ready to call them Super Bowl contenders. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Super Bowl contenders. Baker Mayfield, even though they lost 24-9 to the Lions. I think that was just... They bounced back with a 23-3 win over the Saints. Mecca Buka looks great. And I just think that the Bucks can make a far playoff run. The Tennessee Titans. Trash. They're the second worst team in the NFL with a 1-7 record. I mean, what more can I say about this team? The Titans are just a dumpster fire. That's all I'm going to say. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say it. So I'm not going to say anything else. And lastly, before we make the Super Bowl winner presented by W Energy, the Washington Commanders. I don't think they're making the playoffs this season, but close. I think Jaden Daniels is having a sophomore slump. I mean, he could shock me and make the NFC Championship again. But I'm not saying that'll happen. It could. You never know. But I just think what Jaden Daniels wasn't supposed to be in the NFC Championship. They looked amazing last season, but I just think that he's having a little bit of a sophomore slump. I think next year, they could be the Super Bowl contenders. I don't know. To see what happens. But alright, here is your Super Bowl, or my projected Super Bowl winner, presented by W Energy. My Super Bowl winner for the 2025-2026 NFL season is the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not counting Patrick Mahomes out when it comes to making a Super Bowl. He's faced plenty of adversity before. I mean, Chiefs, I think we're going to have a bounce back from last year and not lose the Super Bowl. I just think Patrick Mahomes he's good at football. What else can I say? It's Patrick Mahomes. But, I mean, Patrick Mahomes, what more can I say? All right. It is time for the Week 9 predictions presented by W Energy. Thursday Night Football Ravens, Dolphins. I don't know if Lamar will be back. I'm still going to take the Ravens just in case Lamar is back. We don't know. That's okay. The Chargers and the Titans. Give me the... Or 49ers. 49ers and Giants. Okay. Give me the San Francisco 49ers. Cam Scatterboo out. I think that the 49ers can take advantage of the Giants defense. And give the Giants a run for their money. Now it's the Chargers and Titans. Give me the Chargers. I think that the Chargers are way better than Titans. I'm not gonna. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say it. I'm not gonna say it. The Vikings and the Lions. Give me the Detroit Lions. Like I said earlier, I don't know. It's a question at the quarterback position. Will they trade for someone at the deadline? I don't know. But tomorrow, this is going out Monday, October 27th. The 28th of October, we will be live on the IG Zombie Podcast YouTube channel for the NFL Trade Deadline Special. I'll be live at 2:30. We're going till about 5 o'clock. Over on the IG Zombie Podcast channel. Subscribe on the YouTube channel. Alright, back to the predictions. Falcons and Patriots. Patriots. Drake May. That's all I'm going to say. Colts and Steelers. Give me the Indianapolis Colts. Like what I saw last week from the Steelers defense can't beat good teams. Or doesn't play good against good teams. And last week the Steelers basically only put up 3 most of the time, which they basically did last season as well. That's why I'm taking the Colts. The Colts are just way too good with their defense as well. Alrighty. Broncos and the Texans. Give me the Broncos. The Broncos look amazing. Their defense looks amazing. I just love the Broncos offense, led by Coach Sean Payton. I think that they can do some damage. The Bears and Bengals. Give me the Bengals. I think that the loss or the Jets was a fluke for the Bengals. And I think that they can get back into it. The Packers and the Panthers. Give me the Packers. Packers look amazing. Last week beating Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. Jordan Love throwing all over the Steelers defense, which pains me to say this, but I have to say it. Rams and Saints. Rams. I'm not going to get into that game. I have nothing nice to say, don't say it. Jaguars, Raiders. Give me the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars are way better than the Las Vegas Raiders. Chiefs and the Bills. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs to win. I'm just kidding. Give me Buffalo. Give me Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills. And then Sunday Night Football. Seahawks, Commanders. Give me the Seahawks. I'm locking in the Seahawks. I think that the Seahawks they're a really good team. Not for like I said, not really call them Super Bowl contenders, but I think that they're a really good team. And then Monday Night Football, the game I'm not gonna watch. Cardinals Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys. I think with Black Ops 7 releasing, Kyler Murray is just not going to do anything else the rest of the season. Alrighty. The picks are locked, and now it's time for my lock of the week, presented by W Energy. Give me the Baltimore Ravens over the Miami Dolphins. I think that if Lamar is playing, I think he's going to run all over the Miami Dolphins. And I think Dolphins won't do anything to stop it. It's the Miami Dolphins. I just don't think that they'll stop the Miami Dolphins. Alright. This has been the IG Zombie Podcast. Thank you so much for watching. And we will see you in the next episode. Peace.